Hello, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are. For me, it's exactly at 8 o'clock, and I am so freaking thrilled. We have Ripan Biswas today as a guest. He's the only one photographer from India who got two times awarded with Natural History Museum's award winner. Two times. I mean, one time itself is a dream for every photographer, every wildlife photographer, and imagine two times winner. The only one person from India. That's one thing. Now, if you're thinking about his background, he is a master holder in environmental science, and the crazy part is he's a maths and science teacher, and he have a great fascination for his uh, grasshoppers and green bee eaters. What else is there? There is a lot of stories from his side. Let's call him and let's hear from the master. Hello, dear.
Hello everyone. Thank you, Nisha, and thank you, Postel, for having me.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I'm dying to hear your stories. How did you got into this? We know that you started photography from 2008 and still going, in fact, still rocking. So, what's your story? How did you start it? How did you got into this? What inspired you? And what is driving you? Your family, your visions, your dreams, everything.
So, I started photography in 2008. In
Mhm.
2008, I got my job as a teacher. I'm a school teacher by profession. I teach math and science in a high school. So,
Great.
in 2007, I got my service in a school, and after that, from my little salary and from a lot savings of my father, actually my father gifted my first DSLR, and after that my journey started in this photography field. Before I started, my inspiration was my father, because he himself was a photographer, but he was not a wildlife photographer. Instead, he was a family photographer. But probably he was my first inspiration to come into this field.
Oh, that's great. From home itself, an inspiration is wonderful.
Yes. So first, I used to shoot everything from village festival to street photography, night photography. I used to shoot everything. I was not focused to do only wildlife photography. I do every kind of photography. After then, approaching when I approach different people to take their portrait and other kind of photograph, so I was a little bit shaky to approach people. So that's when I focused on something that I don't feel so shaky to approach, right? Like birds, like frogs, like snakes, and other small things. They are easier to approach than other humans.
Completely agree.
Yes. And I'm a village kid. I born and brought up in a village. I still live in a village.
Okay.
So there is plenty of greeneries around me. Uh, Chasing dragonflies, chasing frogs. These things. I started with things when I was a toddler. So these things are very comfortable for me.
That's great.
That's probably a reason to come into wildlife photography.
Such a simple reason, right?
Yes.
Okay. So, starting from the village side, getting into photography, from working as a teacher, getting your first gear with the help of half help from your dad and then from your salary. Then what? Then how come it become a part of your life?
Uh, as I was a village kid, I still live in a village. So I started to photograph the things, the small creatures which were readily available around me, like frogs and other things, other small insects. So after I started photographing them, so I noticed that there are many aspects of their life which I didn't know. Even now, even say life of a grasshopper. Me, I do not know 3 to 4% of the life of a grasshopper, but they are everywhere around us. So there are many secrets just in front of our home, just in front of our home, just in a park. There are many secrets living underneath the bushes, living in the bushes. So when I started photographing these small things, I realized the life events of these small things are very interesting, but they are often goes unnoticed. Most of the photographers with big lens, they are after big mammals
Yes,
like elephant and tigers,
tigers.
especially in India. Especially in India, there is a fever for tigers. Every
Yes,
photographer who hold a zoom lens in their hands, they want to shoot tiger.
yes.
99% of them.
Yep. I totally agree, except if it is not birders. Yeah, birders have a fascination only for birds.
Birders are the second, they are second in number.
Yeah, I totally understand. Yeah.
But very less people actually photograph these small creatures.
Yeah.
Many photographs who are photographing these small creatures,
Mm-hmm.
we can say the macro photographers.
Mm-hmm.
Many macro photographers only take just a passport photo of these creatures,
Yes. Yes.
just a portrait. They want
Yes.
to show the details, the body details of a dragonfly,
Yeah.
of a robberfly, the details
Yeah.
in their eyes.
Yes.
Nothing else, nothing beyond that.
Yeah.
Many There are very less photographers who actually capture the live events, the stories of
Yes.
these small things. And I am interested in the secret lives of this. As I say that I am a very enthusiastic guy.
Yep.
I'm enthusiastic in everything. I want to know. I want to know more. I want to see more. So this thing becomes my more than hobby. I shouldn't say it a hobby.
Yeah, that's wonderful. So, we would like to see some of the stories which inspired you and some moments from your collection and the stories behind it.
I'm also eager to share the stories of these small things with all these guys.
That's great. Thank
Uh,
you.
shall I start?
Yes, please. So, yeah, if you check Ripan's social media, you will be able to see some unimaginable frames. So, I would like to know how he managed to capture it and what inspired him and everything related to that. So, I still didn't, I can't see the images. So,
Can you see the
yes,
images?
now I can. Yes.
Ah,
Yeah,
there is a frog.
yes,
So in macro photography,
yeah,
many photographers, most of the macro photographers, they only concentrate on the portrait of the subject.
yes,
They concentrate on the patterns of the body of the subject, the
yeah.
colors of the subject, only
Mm-hmm.
eye details. But there are very less people who actually interested about the lifestyle,
Yes,
like this frog. This
yeah.
is a bush frog. Bush
Okay.
frogs are very small. They are 5 to 8 millimeters in length. No, sorry,
Mm-hmm.
just maybe a little bigger. 10
Okay.
to 12 millimeters in body, their
Mm-hmm.
body size. They are very small, but their sound is loud.
Okay.
In mating season, in monsoon, the male
Mm-hmm.
frog, they inflate their vocal
Okay.
sac and made a sound to attract female. That
Oh,
sound is known as croaking.
okay.
Like this frog, actually, it was sitting on a leaf. And
Mm.
can you see a balloon-like structure around its head?
Yes,
Head.
yes.
That is actually its vocal sac.
Okay.
So they inflate their vocal sac to magnify the sound they make.
Okay.
This is the only way they can attract a female. If a female is attracted by the voice of a male frog, then he
Mm-hmm.
got the chance to mate.
Okay. Amazing.
So,
Wow.
this is a side view of the same frog.
Great.
So, most of the macro photographers stop here.
Yeah,
They see
I
a
agree.
frog, take a portrait shot. They are very happy if they get a frog with a inflated vocal sac.
Yep.
Oh, I got the shot, and they close it.
Yep, I agree.
But I want a little more. I want to know how they live, what they do after this.
Okay.
So I work with this single species
Mm.
for 3 years, and still I'm
Oof.
working with this single species
Okay.
to know the secrets of their life. Okay,
Okay.
so this is an environmental scene. This is a picture taken with a wide angle lens, wide angle macro lens.
Okay.
So we can see a frog was sitting on a grass. This is the
Yep.
habitat where the frog
Yep.
live. In daylight, they hide under the branches, hide under the leaves, and when in the night time, they come out of their shelter and start to croak.
Yep.
So these frogs are very territorial. They have a territory, and they
Uh-huh.
protect their territory from other frogs.
Okay.
So this is
Ooh.
another territory of their frog.
My God. Okay.
I took this picture from a hill station known as Kalimpong. It is in
Okay.
northern West Bengal.
Okay.
So in monsoon, they are everywhere.
Wow.
They are in the grass, in the lawn. They are
Oh
your
my God.
in the garden. So when two males come close, they challenge each other. Can you see two frogs in the same apple?
Yes. Yes.
Oh, one is in the on the upper leaf, and one is on the
Yes.
down leaf.
Bottom. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, they are actually challenging each other.
Okay.
The next day, they
Oh.
come closer and start to fight
Oh my God.
for the territory. Their fighting is so interesting. They hold each other, they hold each other tightly, and they inflate their vocal sac.
Oui.
Okay, so
Oh.
whoever is stronger, he can inflate his vocal sac full, and other one which is weaker, he cannot inflate. This is how they judge who is stronger and who is weaker.
Oh my God. So do they end up in killing each other?
No, 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 no. Only
Okay.
pushing each other with their vocal sac.
Okay. So the
But
loser will
they
move out of the scene?
sorry.
So the loser move out of the scene once the fight is over?
Yes, one go out of
Oh,
the scene, and the victorious one who won this battle, he prevailed on the place.
great.
So this fight, it may be it may end in 1 or 2 minutes.
Okay.
Sometime it lasts for 30 minutes. I have seen a fight which lasted more than 25 minutes.
20, 25 minutes.
25 minutes.
What? Oh my God.
Like this.
Whoosh. Oh. How do these guys manage to keep it for 25 minutes?
This fight is very energy consuming.
Oh,
I don't know how they managed to fight for so long. Actually, this fight, this
Mm-hmm.
picture was lasted for 24 to 25 minutes,
Oh,
and I have
okay.
taken plenty of picture, probably 100 more than 100 pictures.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I mean, in 25 minutes, I am 100% sure if it was me, maybe 1,000 pictures.
Your flash wouldn't support
The thing is,
picture.
I'm not good with flash, first of all.
Yes, and night photography, you need flash. You
Flash,
must
yeah.
need flash,
Yeah.
and flash won't work continuously.
Okay. Yeah.
After three or four flash,
Mm-hmm.
maybe some more, your
Yeah.
flash got heated up,
Okay.
and it need more time to be recycled.
Mm-hmm.
So it is not like daytime photography.
Photography, yeah.
You press the shutter and 10 frames in a single second. Nowadays, cameras are shooting 30 FPS.
Yeah. Even
That is
it's
crazy.
crazy. Yeah.
Your camera is capable in for night photography, but your flash is not.
Yeah. Can you imagine? Yes.
So this is the
Wow.
price.
Oh, great. What a prize.
The male who won the battle
Mm-hmm.
get the chance to mate with female.
Wonderful.
Okay, in this picture, you're seeing two frogs. Actually, they are mating. This
Yeah.
position is known as amplexus in
Okay.
frogs.
Okay.
So the bottom one is the female, and the upper one
It's the
is the
male.
male.
Yeah.
Okay, if you see carefully, you
Yeah.
can see a round whitish thing
Yes.
here.
Yes.
Do you know what is this?
No, I don't know.
This is the egg of the frog.
Oh.
A bushfrog has a larger bushfrog has larger eggs than other frogs.
Okay.
Okay, and
Yeah.
their skin is so thin you can
Mm-hmm.
literally see the frogs inside their belly from outside through their
Oh,
skin.
that's amazing. Wow.
So this is the first story. So
Okay.
I want to convey, I want to say that macro photography is not about, it's not only about the face, the
Yes.
portrait, the
Yes.
details.
Yeah.
Macro life is fascinating. The life of this frog, the life of various insects, they are fascinating. So telling story with your picture is very important.
Yes.
So my first story ends here.
Okay.
Shall I go to the next story?
Yes, please.
It is a small story.
Oh, it was a beautiful story.
Thank you. And this is not a macro photography. This is not about macro photography. This is about
Okay.
birding.
Great.
So this picture is taken was taken in Kaziranga National Park.
Mm-hmm.
Have you been in Kaziranga?
No. I heard
Okay.
a lot of stories about Kaziranga, but
Uh,
I've never been there.
Kaziranga is a very beautiful place, and it is known for single horn rhinoceros.
Hmm.
Uh, and Kaziranga most probably have the highest density of tigers in
Yep.
the Indian forest. Most probably, I'm not sure about that.
Yeah.
But seeing a tiger in Kaziranga is very difficult.
Mm-hmm.
But you can see lots of birds here, like
Okay.
this gray-headed fish eagle.
Okay.
These gray-headed fish eagles are a common sight in Kaziranga. They are
Mm-hmm.
plenty in number.
Oh,
So this
wow.
is a different kind of frame.
Wonderful.
I always try to take different kind of frames if
Mm.
your subject is not rare. If your subject is common, I do not try to take a common picture of a common subject.
Okay. Good concept.
Common picture of a rare, very rare subject is somehow okay, but
Yeah.
common picture of a common subject is it's not acceptable for me.
Okay.
So I always try to do approach differently, try to take a different type of picture with common subject. Like here,
Mm-hmm.
this is a
Mm-hmm.
minimalistic approach
Yeah.
of the same bird.
Yep.
Okay. So in last year, 2020, probably in 21, when I
Mm-hmm.
was in Kaziranga, I got this one fish eagle with a fish kill. Okay,
Okay.
it was on a branch and it was devouring on that
Mm-hmm.
fish. The fish
Mm-hmm.
was big, so the bird took almost 30 to 40 minutes to finish the fish.
Okay.
Okay, I stayed there for
Mm-hmm.
whole 40 minutes,
Mm-hmm.
and I was the single car
Mm-hmm.
who stood there throughout this 40 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Most of the safari jeep came,
Mm-hmm.
took some pictures, and they
Mm-hmm.
go away.
Okay.
I was the single one who were still there.
Okay.
So after 30 or 40 minutes,
Mm-hmm.
I found this from somewhere. A crow came and
Okay.
it tried to snatch some bites from that mighty eagle. It tried several times. Like this picture, like,
Okay.
the crow was, what should I say, barbell.
Courageous one,
The,
I must say.
yes, yes, yes. There was a mustarus-like organ for the fish. That
Mm-hmm.
organ is known as probably as barbell.
Okay.
So this crow was trying to pull something from
Okay.
the fish. But the eagle, it was furious after the crow was trying to snatch the
Mm-hmm.
food, snatch the fish.
Mm-hmm.
It get very angry and it
Mm-hmm.
just drive it away.
Okay.
So my point is,
Yeah.
wherever you spot something in the wild which is which might get interesting,
Mm-hmm.
which is interesting, you
Mm-hmm.
should stay there
Yeah.
and give time.
Yeah.
Don't wherever you are going to any safari or any jungle,
Yeah.
don't go for everything.
Yeah.
If you if you smell a chance from
Yes.
where something could happen,
Yeah.
just stay there. Just stay there,
Yeah.
and you will be rewarded. So this time I was rewarded.
That's nice. I mean, it's an interesting frame. Yeah.
Interaction between two species or one species where the environment is always better
Yeah.
than take a good portrait.
Yes.
Next stories.
Okay.
This is one of my favorite bird,
Oh, hoopoe.
hopu.
Yeah.
So same. I spent probably 3 years
Mm-hmm.
with these birds.
Uh-huh.
There is a river called
Uh-huh.
River Tosha, which is near to my home.
Uh-huh.
So in the river bank,
Mm-hmm.
in the month of November, December, lots of hoopoes came.
Okay.
Hoopoes come
Mm.
for a ground dwelling grub. Okay,
Okay. Yeah.
so hoopoes have a longer, pointy bill
Yeah.
to dig the
Yeah.
ground and bring
Mm.
up those grubs.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
but there was another
Mm-hmm.
species of bird around, black drongo.
Okay.
Black drongo, they don't have long and pointy beak to
Okay.
dig in the ground. So
Okay.
they wait. So they wait for
Okay.
hoopos.
Okay.
Whenever a hoopoe,
Uh-huh.
uh, mm, mm, uh, uh, whenever a hoopoe brings the grub from the ground,
Mm-hmm.
they
Oof.
attack the hoopoe.
Oh, what a frame, man.
and snatch the food from their beaks.
Oh,
And they
amazing.
are very successful hunter. Their success rate is more than 90%.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Mm. Oh, that's
This
an
is a similar kind
amazing
of
frame.
taking sun in the behind,
Whoosh.
another frame with the sunlight.
Wow.
Drongos are very clever bird and they are very good hunter in this case. I
Whoosh.
shouldn't tell them hunter, they are robber.
Yeah. This is
They
not
are very,
hunting for sure.
yes, they are very good at robbing.
Oh.
More than 90% of time they are successful.
So a question: when they see the presence of a drongo, do these hoopoes stop digging the ground, or they still
No,
continue
no,
doing
no,
what
no,
they do?
no, no. They continue to because 10 times they dig, 10 times they found graphs. Only one
Okay.
time they can eat. Another
Oh,
9 times all food goes to the dongo.
so in case if the hoopoe is going to move away, you think the drongo is going to follow them?
Yeah, dongo
Oh,
follows the post.
oh, it's like the cheetah and the hyenas. They try to get
Yes,
something and then hyenas always snatch the food. So the in
food.
birding family, these are the hyenas.
Yes, these are the
Oh,
items,
great,
right?
great. Oh, amazing.
It took 3 years for me to documenting this whole process.
I've never seen something like this, Ripan. It's amazing, amazing.
And
Oh,
taking these photographs are very difficult because the hoopoes are ground dwelling bird.
yes,
So you have to pee on the ground, you have to
yes,
lie on the ground, you have to
yeah,
crawl,
yeah,
you have to crawl hundreds of meters to approach the hoopoes because
yes,
if you stand, hoopoe will go away. You have to crawl all the time,
yeah,
and you have to lie down for 3 to 4 hours.
yep. I totally agree. And as you mentioned in the beginning, I have gone only up to, I've started with birding. Okay. I've seen this fellow pulling up things from ground and
Mm-hmm.
tossing it and grabbing it. I've seen the fight between two hoopoes, but never seen a drongo interaction. And it's amazing. And the funny part is the area where I used to go, there used to be drongo. So I'm surprised that I haven't seen something like this. But amazing. As again, you giving that kind of time is what you end up in frames
So
like this.
this could be the specialty of Coochbehar, drongos of Coochbehar.
I'm sure this happened in Dubai as well. It's just that I didn't give much time. When you said you are lucky, I don't think it is luck, my dear. It's completely your dedication.
Yes, you have to spend time on the field. This
Yes.
is the primary requirement to be a good wildlife photographer.
Yeah, for sure.
Because I love to spend time outdoors. So this is not a very big task for me. Keeping indoor, staying indoor is
A
a big
task.
deal for me.
Yeah.
It's a task for me.
I can imagine. Yeah.
So next story
Okay.
in macro world.
Okay.
Can you see a beautiful looking fellow here?
Yes, of course, I do see. It's amazing.
This is very small. In naked eye, I'm sure you would miss 99 times in 100 times.
Okay.
This is
Okay.
very, very small, tiny, 3 to 4 millimeters in length.
Mm-hmm.
And this is a wasp.
Okay.
And this is a parasitic wasp. Do
Oh,
you know what is a parasitic wasp?
of course. I mean, yeah, they use the other's body to survive.
Yes, yes, yes. They lay their eggs to other what should
Species.
I say to other species. So this is an ant parasite.
Oi. Oh.
Uh, it lives, it roams around ant colony, and whenever get chance, it lay eggs on ants or the eggs on the ants, and
Oh.
their larva, they eat the eggs from inside, and so after some days they are adult and they go out. They come out of the egg.
Oh. That's
This is
amazing.
this is why they are called parasitic wasp.
Okay.
This is also a parasitic wasp, but this is a different species.
Yeah.
I'm very poor about the species. I cannot remember which species they belong.
Okay.
And this species name, these Latin names, they are very tough to
Confusing.
pronounce and tough to remember.
I don't think I remember even a handful of them. Yes, the common names are easy. The scientific stuff. I told you science and maths is not my cup of tea.
I
Behavior,
may
okay.
be I may be a teacher of science of math, but I am not good at these things.
Okay.
So this is also parasitic wasp, belongs to
Mm-hmm.
another species,
Mm-hmm.
and this peculiar type.
Okay.
Can you see a long projection
Yes.
coming out from their belly?
Yep.
A needle-like projection.
Yes.
This organ is known as ovipositor.
Okay.
Okay, and do you
Okay.
know what are these?
Yeah,
These are
that.
antennas.
Yes.
Okay, their antenna is so sophisticated.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
with the help of their antenna,
Mm-hmm.
they can pinpoint location of a larva which is
Oh.
living inside of this log. This is a wooden log. Okay,
Oh. Okay.
a larva of
Mm.
another wasp is
Mm.
inside of this log,
Oi.
is living inside, and these wasp, with the help of their antenna, they can pinpoint the location of that uh, larva of the wasp,
Okay.
and after getting their position,
Mm-hmm.
they they make a hole in
Oh.
this log
Uh-huh.
with the help of this organ known as ovipositor.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
can you see two needle-like
Oi. Yes, I
organ?
do. Yeah.
Okay, so from one they dig the
Uh-huh.
hole. Okay,
Okay.
from this one,
Okay. Okay.
and after that, with this one, it goes into the log
Oosh. Okay.
to the larva and
Uh-huh.
lay one egg on the body of the larva,
Oosh. Okay.
like this.
Oh my God. Okay.
This wasp is laying one egg on the
Whew.
body of the larva, which is inside of this log.
Oh my God.
The
Oh.
leg is the egg laying is complete.
How
Okay.
on earth you managed to get this?
Observation, nothing
Oh.
else.
I
Staying in
mean,
the
how
field.
many times in your so far journey have you witnessed something like this?
3 or 4 times
Four
in
times?
my 14 years of
14
wildlife
years of
photography.
journey, four times. And you said you are not hardworking.
Maybe I'm lucky to see this.
This is amazing. And I have a question. So, when they insert the first antenna or whatever you call it, I'm sorry, I really don't remember the term.
Ovipositor.
Whatever.
Ovipositor.
Ovipo, Ovipo.
Seater.
The rest, okay, Sita. So the
Egg laying
Ovipo,
organ.
okay, egg-laying organ. The first one, they insert it, and at the same point, how do they manage to get the second? I better call it needle. In the same spot. So they take it out and they insert it in the same place.
Same place.
Ui. And how? So
Same place.
is there a point where two of these needles in the same spot?
Yes. From the
Okay.
first one, they dig the hole, and with the
Okay.
second one, they lay the egg on the body of the uh, larva of other type of wasps.
Okay, so
So
my question is, because it should be that accurate. So instead of taking out the first needle before they insert the second needle, is there a time where both these needles are in the same place?
very little time,
Okay,
fraction
a
of second.
fraction of a second or something like that. Okay. Oh, this is amazing,
But
and I'm
the amazing thing is the power of their antenna. Okay, so this is a strange thing for me. Their antenna are so sophisticated. They
yeah.
can actually pinpoint the location,
Okay, amazing, amazing.
and, and that egg, which
Yeah,
which is inside the body of a larva, the egg
yeah.
hatches, the larva
Okay.
emerges, and larva start to eat the other larva from inside.
Whoosh. Oh, so we have a question. Does the fig wasp also do the same?
Similar, yes,
Similar. Okay.
similar.
Oh, oh, great.
But I'm not sure about it. Fig
Okay.
wasp. There are some wasps who actually lay egg on something which is rotting fruits or something.
Okay. Okay.
Fig wasps may lay egg on the rotting figs. I'm not sure about that.
So this is again on when you
I'm
mentioned
not a
lava.
scientist. I'm not a scientist. I'm not an entomologist. I'm a curious photographer.
I understand, but not being a scientist, you managed to get into this much details and such spectacular moments. Oh my God, hats off to you, man. Seriously, it's amazing. It's out of the world for me.
There is more waiting.
Oh,
Can you see what is this?
I can see, but it is crazy.
What is this?
I
Tell me.
think it is a caterpillar, or what is it?
Yes.
Okay.
But can you see something on the back
On
of the
top of it,
caterpillar?
yes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Actually, this is a dead caterpillar. Dead caterpillar means
okay.
some wasp. Uh,
Okay. Oh,
some wasp actually laid egg on the body of this caterpillar,
uh-huh.
and after hatching, the larva of that wasp came out and start to feed this caterpillar from within.
Okay.
And
Oof.
getting their maturity, they
Okay.
come out from the body of the caterpillar,
Oh,
okay, as a
okay.
larva, and they made a cocoon outside of the body of this caterpillar.
Oh my God. But
And
there are so
probably,
many. It's not just one egg. So that's like maybe
there are so many. These are not eggs; they are cocoons.
we
One, two, three, four,
oh,
five.
five on
This
this
side,
side,
there are some other side, and
five on the other side, then
there
bottom.
are others in bottom.
This is
So they
unbelievable.
pierce out of of the body of this caterpillar
Okay.
and go into uh, to their next what should I say, to their next stage of the life, from
Okay.
a larva to pupa, and from
Okay.
pupa to adult.
Great. So Shiva have
So
a point to add over here. He
mhm.
mentioned certain fig wasps also have the similar activity, but as far as his knowledge, it has only one needle. Needle. I forgot the term. Sorry.
Ovipositor.
Oh, before say, yeah, okay. It's only one.
That might be. That might be.
Yeah. Thank you, Shiva,
That.
for adding the info.
Thank you, Shiva, for interest in smaller things,
It's amazing.
smaller and less charismatic things. So
Seriously, I've seen.
this wasp
You,
actually used this caterpillar
mm-hmm.
for
Okay.
shelter and food.
Uh-huh. Oh. This is
Nicely.
unbelievable. Honestly, my understanding, or even when I see things in macro photography, yes, you do see beautiful portraits. Then you see mating behavior. The maximum which
Yes.
I have seen is seeing some action shots. But this kind of things, it's
Mating,
really
eating, and portrait.
yes, yes. And sometimes
The,
occasionally action, very rarely, not much,
occasionally.
because seeing getting a good macro portrait itself is tough. Imagine the kind of time you must have spent in understanding this is unbelievable. And don't, please don't say that it's your luck which is bringing you this recognition. It's 100% not your luck, it's your dedication.
Do you know which gear I have used for this particular picture?
No, I have absolutely no
Any
idea.
guess? Any guess?
I don't know, but maybe a reverse lens.
Yes, you are right. You are right on the point. So I used an 1855 kit lens to take
Okay.
this picture. Normal macro lens
Hmm.
doesn't give you that much magnification. A
Okay.
macro lens, which is the magnification ratio of a macro lens, is 1:1.
Yes.
And this picture is the magnification in this picture is way more than 1:1. It's
Mm-hmm.
probably 2:1 or 3:1.
Wish. Okay.
So actually, one 1855 lens can
Mm.
give you more magnification than a
Mm.
true macro lens.
But my question is, I'm not much into macro photography because I feel it's quite frustrating when it comes to testing your patience. And when I get the head sharp, the tail is usually soft. And on top on top of that, how do you even manage to get this closer to any species? I mean, a dead species or a slightly slower species, I can understand. But when I go through your portfolio, you have everything from grasshopper to X, Y, Z in action, with stories. And what kind of relationship you share with these macros? Do you really ask them to pose for you?
I wish I could ask them. I wish. So for getting action shots in macro photography, you need maybe three things, four things, or more than. Okay, let me point it out. First,
Okay.
understanding about your cameras, camera
Yeah.
gears,
Yeah.
understanding how your camera works,
Mm-hmm.
understanding how your flash works. Flash is very important for macro photography.
Okay.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
understanding of flash is very important.
Mm-hmm.
Second, understanding your subject,
Yeah.
the behavior of your subject. Actually, I have seen many insects, they follow a pattern in their
Mm-hmm.
behavior.
Mm-hmm.
If you know the pattern, it will be easier for you
Mm-hmm.
to predict their next action.
Mm-hmm.
So you could be ready for their next action.
Mm-hmm.
So understanding your camera gears,
Mm-hmm.
understanding your subject, these
Mm-hmm.
are very important things to get action or behavior shot in macro
Okay.
photography.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm kind of understand to that extent, because any segment of nature photography, whether it is bird or mammal, we follow
Yes.
the same.
Yes.
But
Ah,
when it
yeah,
comes to
yeah, yeah,
bird
yeah.
as well as mammal, I do understand with your personal experience, you can pick up few stuffs and you have so many things to read and people sharing their experience. Honestly, I haven't heard anything like what you are sharing now. So where do you is your knowledge is completely from the field, or do you have any specific websites or books you can refer to understand the behavior of these species?
Yes, website and books really helps. And one thing, uh, for mammals, for
Mm-hmm.
birds, many
Mm-hmm.
things is known. There are many scientists who actually working on the different behaviors of mammals and different behaviors of birds.
Mm-hmm.
But for insects or
Mm.
say amphibians,
Mm-hmm.
there are very less number of scientists who are
Yep.
actually working to know their behavior,
Mm-hmm.
to
Mm-hmm.
study them.
Yeah.
Okay, there are
Mm-hmm.
very few number of scientists are doing this.
Mm-hmm.
That may be because they are small, they are not that charismatic. That could be a reason. Uh, Very small amount of research have been done on them. So collecting information from internet and from other sources like books, collecting information about the insects is also very tough.
Mm-hmm.
You can you can buy lots of guides on the birds,
Mm-hmm.
on the identification of birds,
Mm-hmm.
on the behavior of birds.
Mm-hmm.
You can get many books, many
Okay.
websites, but there is very less amount of books or website to know the behavior of insects or amphibians.
Mm-hmm.
So these fields are also neglected,
Yeah.
but they're important.
Yeah.
They're important for us.
Mm-hmm.
Say, if there is no bees today,
Mm. Yeah.
human population will be extinct in 5 years because pollination couldn't happen.
Yeah.
So we are dependent on these bees. We are dependent on this
Mm-hmm.
wasp. We are dependent on ants, on frogs. But we know very little about them.
Yep.
Like this picture. This is also an parasitic wasp. Actually,
Okay.
can you see the ovipositor here?
Yes. Yes. I do
Which
see
also
it.
laying its egg, laying her egg on
Okay.
some eggs. These are
Oh.
moth eggs.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
So moth cover their eggs with
Mm.
their what should I say?
With
Moth
their,
have hair.
yeah.
Hair.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is for protection.
Okay.
And these wasps, they find some places. They find some way to deactivate this protection, and somehow they manage to lay eggs on these eggs inside of these eggs.
This
This is
is
also.
amazing. Yeah. Okay.
Do you know which insect is it? Is this
The small one? No, I don't know.
the
Then,
bigger one?
of course, a cockroach, I guess.
Yes, it is a cockroach, a house cockroach.
Okay.
We I used to fear this house
I'm
cockroaches.
still scared of them.
Yes, but this wasp are not. They are
Okay.
known as cockroach wasp
Okay.
or emerald cockroach wasp.
That's beautiful.
Hmm. Beautiful. They are little.
Oof.
Okay. They
Okay.
find cockroach
Uh-huh.
and they inject venom on the
Okay.
body of the cockroach.
Okay.
They inject venom to the body of the cockroach, not to. They inject in certain amount
Mm-hmm.
that the cockroach is not dead. Instead of dying, the
Mm-hmm.
cockroach goes to coma
Okay.
and they become like zombie. They
Okay.
follow this wasp. In the previous picture, you
Yeah.
can see the wasp has it was taking the cockroach
Okay.
uh, by by pulling its antenna.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
this is how they take the cockroach to their
Oh.
burrow
Okay.
and lay a single egg inside of the body of the cockroach, and they seal the burrow.
Whoosh. Okay.
And the story continues here. The same story. The egg
Okay.
hatch, the larvae emerge, and the larva feed on the on the inner organ of the cockroach.
So,
Okay.
how many years you spent to get an image like this?
This is probably taken in 2014. This is this one,
After following and understanding the behavior
and
and studying.
this one is 2020.
Oh my god.
So it takes lots of time to putting up a story.
Okay, yeah. Amazing. Wow.
Now, wasp hunting a spider.
Spider.
Hmm? After
Mm-hmm.
hunting, the wasp will take the spider to its burrow and lay
Okay.
one egg on the body of the spider. The egg will
Okay.
hatch and eat up the all in on the organ of the spider. Okay,
Okay. Okay.
but it has an opposite story.
Ooh, okay.
Sometime the hunter got hunted.
Okay. How on earth that
The-
is possible?
actually, this spider was
Mm.
hiding
Mm-hmm.
under what should I say under the leaf,
Okay.
and this wasp
Mm-hmm.
came there for
Mm-hmm.
searching something, and
Okay.
suddenly it strike it because the spider have potent venom.
Okay.
So they strike at the wasp, and after some time the wasp died.
Okay.
This
Okay.
probably the story. I didn't see that.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
found this one when it was eating this.
Okay.
So you can see some eggs here.
Yes, I do see some eggs. I do see a spider, and I
Ac-
don't know which is.
this is also a parasitic wasp. It came
Okay.
here to lay
Uh,
its own eggs inside
uh-huh.
of this eggs,
Okay. Okay.
and the
And that was
spider
belonging to
was
spider?
no. That is
Okay.
aphid known as aphid.
Uh-huh.
Aphid is a different kind of insect. Okay,
Okay.
so
Okay.
that parasitic was here to lay eggs on these aphids,
Mm-hmm.
and it got killed by this one. The spider.
Okay.
Spider was hiding nearby, and it got a chance to grab it, and
Okay.
it killed.
A question on the
So
previous image.
this one,
So this, yeah, yes. So
mhm.
do the spider eat consume the eggs of this? I mean, the eggs which you see in this, or it's just
No,
the.
there are some species of spider
Mm-hmm.
who actually feeds on eggs,
Okay.
but not all the spider feeds on egg.
Okay. So the spider was not a threat for the eggs, and it was only for the parasite.
No.
Okay.
Yes. The spider
Okay.
wasn't a threat for the eggs.
Okay. Great. Wow.
Do you know what is this?
I mean, with the number of legs, I assume it is a spider, but I honestly don't know what it is.
Actually, it is not a spider, but it is
Okay.
spider-like insect known as
Oh,
daddy long leg.
daddy long leg.
Long leg.
Okay.
It can be found inside of your houses.
Only.
Yes,
Okay. And how
they live
small are
inside of.
they?
They're small. They are small, very small, with long and thin legs.
I thought it is dead and some fungus is on its body. So
Yes,
it's.
yes, 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 yes.
Okay.
It is dead, and one fungus known as cordyceps fungus.
Okay.
They are on their body. Actually, cordyceps fungus is a killer fungus.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
yeah, you see these snow-like things, snow-like
Yes.
what things? Actually,
Yes.
they are the fruiting body of the fungus. Fungus
Okay.
has a life cycle. It
Okay.
starts from a seed, from a
Mm-hmm.
pollen,
Mm-hmm.
and end in a fruiting body.
Mm-hmm.
So these are the fruiting body of the fungus. When the
Okay.
fruiting body comes, when a fungus develop into a fruiting body,
Okay.
they can create they can make their own spores, and
Mm-hmm.
they can spread their spores in the air.
Okay.
And if one spore
Mm-hmm.
comes down, one spore comes got attached to the body of any insect,
Mm-hmm.
it will kill that insect.
Oh.
This cordyceps fungus are so dangerous for insect world.
Mm-hmm. Amazing.
Actually,
Yeah.
insect world is very interesting. They are amazing.
Sometimes people say the most beautiful things are often quite dangerous too.
They are dangerous for their size,
Yeah.
for the other insects, for the
Yeah.
other creatures which are their size.
Yeah.
Okay, another wasp, and this is a potter wasp.
Yeah.
They are called potter wasp because the
Okay.
nest they make
Yes.
looks like a earthen
Pottery.
pot.
Yes.
Yeah, pottery. Yes. Okay,
And
this
their
wasp is
craft is
beautiful,
amazing.
amazing. Yes, bring some. They bought some mud from
Yeah.
somewhere, and they start
Yeah.
to build a pot-like homes.
Mm-hmm.
And after that, they lay one egg inside
Mm-hmm.
of that pot. Okay,
Okay. Okay.
and then they this is a, what should I say? This is a pot. This is
It's
a,
beautiful.
and when I see this pot,
Mm-hmm.
I stayed there
Mm-hmm.
for 10 to 15 minutes, and
Mm-hmm.
after that, this happened.
Oh, yeah.
Can you see what is there?
Yes. Yes. It's putting, oh, yeah, an insect.
A
What is it?
caterpillar.
A caterpillar. Yeah.
Caterpillar. Uh, uh, So
Amazing.
they bring caterpillar and
Mm-hmm.
they put the caterpillar inside of that pot and lay
Mm-hmm.
one egg and seal
Mm-hmm.
the pot.
Oh. Oh.
The sealing is
Amazing.
complete and they go away.
Okay.
The egg will hatch and eat up the all caterpillars, and when they are adult, they come out of this pot.
So there is only, I mean, they put only one caterpillar or
Yes.
multiple?
No,
Just
no, 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 no. I have seen this was maybe three or four caterpillars
in
in this
15
one,
minutes time.
in 15 to, no, not 15 minutes, in 30 minutes of time. In 30 minutes they bring 3 to 4 caterpillars, and
Mm-hmm.
after that it bring mud from somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
You can see in this picture, and
Yes. So I mean, you have you kind of document the whole step. So my question is, how much time it took them for building this nest?
in this picture, in
Yeah.
this series, I have
Mm-hmm.
followed that wasp,
Mm-hmm.
and it took 30 to 40 minutes
Mm-hmm.
from here
Mm-hmm.
to here.
Okay.
So one pot, it takes 30 to 40 minutes to make one pot. But it also depends on the availability of the soil.
That was
If the
my next
soil,
question
if the
because
soil
if
is nearby,
mm-hmm.
so it will be lesser time.
Mm-hmm.
If the soil is far, then
Mm-hmm.
it needs much more time.
Okay. The next question is it there is any connection with the weather condition? I mean, is it through the monsoon time or anything? Or if there is a rain, is it going to affect the nest?
Monsoon time is the breeding time. You
Month.
can only see these wasp during monsoon time. In
Okay.
other times, you cannot even find a single one. I don't know where they go.
Uh, so the
Maybe
question
they
was,
migrate.
or maybe they
Maybe,
migrate. Yes.
I don't
Okay.
know.
Yeah. So the monsoon, the rain is not going to affect the nest.
Maybe, I don't know.
Okay.
I have seen many of these wasps to build their pods inside a shelter. Say
Okay. Yeah.
this for this case.
Okay.
Actually, this is inside of my home, inside of my
Okay.
house.
Okay.
So there is a shelter over it.
Okay. Okay.
But
Yeah.
This one is from wild,
Outside. Yeah.
and yeah, and there is no shelter over that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think Shiva is giving me a heads up over here. He mentioned the rain does not melt the nest. So thank
Okay,
you, Shiva, once
okay,
again. Yeah.
yeah. That's fine. Ah, it should be.
Yeah. Great.
Okay. So killer wasp, potter wasp. No more wasp today. Let me what I have.
This is amazing. Amazing is not the word.
Termite. No wasp this time. This is the time for termites.
Okay.
So termites are underground species. They
Mm-hmm.
spend most of their lifetime underground. Okay, these
Okay.
are termite mounds.
Okay.
Only during their mating time
Okay.
they come out.
Okay.
These are termites, normal termites. Termites are there are three types of termites: male,
Uh-huh.
female, and workers. Workers
Okay.
are asexual.
Okay.
They're neither male, neither female, and they're
Okay.
blind.
Oh.
As they live underground, they're blind.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay, these are workers, and
Okay.
this one is called elite.
Okay.
Elite may be a matured male or a matured female. Matured means
Okay.
they're ready for mating.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
in the onset of the monsoon,
Mm-hmm.
they come out from their burrow
Mm-hmm.
and they fly towards any light source.
Yes. Yeah.
They congregate under the light source and they
Mm-hmm.
mate and start their new colony.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So, lots of termites. They just emerged out from their underground burrow.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
In cities,
Yes.
they congregate under streetlights,
Mm-hmm.
and many other species take
Mm-hmm.
advantage of the
Mm.
situation.
Yeah.
Can you see a drongo is sitting on a
Uh,
electrical wire in
elect-
this picture?
yes, and holding, I think, one of it on its beaks. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
Amazing, huh?
So this is a termite.
Yeah.
Actually, they are attracted to lights and they come
Yes.
close to the lights. And many other insects, many other birds wait for this situation, wait for this things to
Mm.
happen because they get to eat plentiful this time, like
Yes.
cockroach, like this cockroach.
Yeah.
It was devouring on these termites.
Yeah.
This ant taking
Amazing.
a dead termite to its colony.
Mm-hmm.
Spider
Yeah.
taking the advantage of this free meal from the sky.
Yeah.
Birds, drongo,
Yes. Yes.
they also drongo is very intelligent bird, like
Intelligent
the
thief.
previous story. Yes, intelligent thief for the hoopos.
Yeah.
And here, I took this picture in the city, and
Yeah.
they live they learned how to live beside us,
Yeah.
and they use our tools as their hunting tools, like the street light in this
Yeah.
picture.
Yeah. Amazing.
Toads,
Okay.
they are having their fill.
Yeah.
One myna,
Yeah.
other birds.
Yes.
So this emergence of termite
Mm-hmm.
actually they provide food for many different kind of species
Yeah.
because when they emerge in the number of millions.
Yeah.
99% of the termites they provide food for the other species.
Yeah.
So my
Amazing.
story part has ended here. a story with a series of photos.
Yes.
Now I want to share 3 or 4 pictures
Mm-hmm.
with the stories with a single photo.
Oof.
Okay.
Okay.
So in this picture, we're seeing two dragonfly
Y-
damselflies.
yes.
These are known as steam rubies. Okay,
Okay.
and
Yeah.
these damselflies are very territorial.
Okay.
When one male enters into the category of other males, they start to
Mm-hmm.
fight,
Mm-hmm.
and they are fighting in this picture.
Wow. Yeah. I mean, if I'm thinking without understanding the behavior or understanding the species, I'll be thinking they are pair.
No, they are not pair. Actually, they are two males. They are fighting
Okay.
for the territory, and
Wonderful.
they are very hard to photograph.
Yes.
They are tiny,
Yeah.
they are fast, they are very
Yeah.
small.
Yeah.
So focusing for any camera and lens
Yeah.
is impossible.
Yeah.
Autofocusing.
Yes.
So I totally forget that there is an option autofocus is in my camera. I totally switched
Okay.
it off, and I took this picture in manual focus.
What?
Yes, manual focus.
How do you even manage to spot it and then focus it manually in such an action?
I spent 2 years. Okay, 2 years, not entire years. 2 seasons.
Oh
Okay,
my God.
2 seasons to get this kind. To with this only 2 species. 2 species of damselfly. Actually, they live in the same area.
Mm-hmm.
One steam ruby and steam glory.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
and I have taken thousands of their picture, and in these thousands of picture, only 5 to 6 picture are in focus,
And
and
all in manual focus.
maximum and all in manual focus
And
because
with a
camera
reverse.
couldn't focus. No, this is not reverse. I have taken this picture with 7200
Okay.
lens.
Okay.
Okay, and can you
Okay.
see the bokeh things?
Yes.
Actually, they are water. Actually,
Okay.
this damselfly they prefer to live around the hill stream,
Okay.
and in the behind the steam was in the behind, and the sun was falling uh,
Mm-hmm.
from the behind.
Okay.
So these are mainly the glittering of the water.
Mm-hmm.
So in this situation,
Mm-hmm.
in this bright backlight situation,
Mm-hmm.
uh, with a tiny and fast moving subject,
Mm-hmm.
no camera could autofocus on that.
Yeah, but how do you manage to manually focus it? Is my question.
I
I
used
mean,
a technique. I used a technique mainly used by videographers.
okay.
That is called follow focus.
Okay.
Okay, but it is very difficult to use. Very difficult to use. Probably one of the most difficult situation in my entire photographic life.
I mean, this is when you said this is manually focused, I am still finding it crazy. Of course, I
In
do believe you, but it is unimaginable. When a
for
cheetah
macro
chase,
photography,
yes,
for macro photography, most of my pictures are in manual focus. Even the flying, even some pictures when my subject was flying. Okay, they are
okay,
taken with manual focus.
amazing.
My success rate in the field is very thin. Most
Oh,
of my
but that
pictures
thin
are
line is so visible.
most of the pictures of my are in out of focus.
I
Maybe I'm not
mean,
a very good photographer.
no, please don't be so polite.
So this is also taken
Wow.
with manual focus, and I took
Ah,
this picture in 2014 or 15 probably. I forgot.
oh my
Probably
God.
14 or 15. And after I published this picture,
Yeah.
there was lots of controversy with this picture
Why?
because you can see the frog in the foreground
Yes, I do, of
and
course.
the stars in the background.
Yes, a Milky Way in the
Both are
background.
yes, both are in focus.
Yes, that was my
So
question.
many photographer actually thought that this is a composite image,
Yes.
but it was not a composite image. It was a single
Okay.
shot, single exposure. I
Wow.
used a technique
Okay.
which technique is used many years ago when
Yeah.
in the era of film cameras, in the era of manual lens. This
Okay.
technique was used.
Okay.
Okay, so the technique known as focus shifting or
Mm-hmm.
focus shift. So I this is a long exposure
Mm-hmm.
picture, probably
Mm-hmm.
taken in 28 or 30 seconds of time.
Mm-hmm.
So it was completely dark.
Mm-hmm.
I find this frog. It was
Mm-hmm.
sitting on a water hyacinth leaf, and it was
Okay.
croaking to attract female. I
Okay.
approached it very slowly, put
Okay.
my camera in a
Yeah.
tripod, and
Uh-huh.
placed nearby to the frog.
Okay.
First, I manually focused on the frog,
Mm-hmm.
and I pressed my shutter.
Mm-hmm.
I set my flash in
Mm-hmm.
first curtain mode,
Mm-hmm.
so the flash fired.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
After that,
Mm-hmm.
I rotated my focusing ring
Mm-hmm.
towards infinity
Okay.
and keep that camera for the rest, say 28 or 27 seconds to capture the light from the Milky Way.
All I can say is, next time when I'm coming to India, I will get in touch with you way in advance. I need a workshop with you.
It will be my pleasure. Please come. You will be my guest.
I mean, thanks to all this program, we come across some amazing, amazing people. Every time you know, things like this happen, I'm like, oh, I need to learn this. I need to learn this. I don't know when I'm going to get an opportunity, but of course, if I'm next in after a year or so, I'm planning to do a 2 3 months in India, meeting some interesting people like you and spend some time with you guys and learn something. Honestly,
Nisha, Nisha, actually, this is the power of this social network platforms.
yeah,
Okay, when I started photography,
yeah,
I said it earlier that I live in a village,
yeah.
and there were no other photographers uh, in my village.
Mm-hmm.
I learned photography.
Mm-hmm.
মানে, I would give 90% of credit to learning of photography through social media
Yeah, same here.
platform like Facebook and other platforms.
Yeah,
So yes, social media is very powerful tool to learn photography, to learn ideas, to know what is happening around you,
yeah,
to know what is happening in this uh, industry.
yeah,
Yes, social media is very strong platform,
yes,
and one should use the social media wisely.
yeah. Instead of cribbing
Don't
about it, yes.
yes. Don't go for likes
Yeah,
and comments.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
don't go for the number of likes you get.
yeah,
Use the social platform as a learning tool.
yes.
I have used it and I have learned a lot with these platforms.
I totally agree. Totally agree. I mean, even meeting people like you and
Yes,
interacting with
yes,
you, it's
yes,
so
yes,
amazing.
yes.
Yeah.
The
Okay.
next
Oh my
story will.
God.
So, this spider is known as fishing spider, fish eating spider.
Wow. A
Actually, the
spider
spider
hunting fish.
hunting fish. But
Freak.
this is quite interesting and quite rare sight.
Yeah.
I took this picture probably 14, 15. And this is an award winning picture. I got an award for this picture.
If you didn't get an award, I will be surprised. This is unbelievable.
This is a rare documentation,
Okay.
and this is a rather beautiful picture. So
Oh,
this
that's
is
a
also
beautiful.
a damselfly known as stream
Glory. Hello?
types
Hello?
of damselflies. Hello.
Yeah, I think I lost you in between. Is it a stream glory?
Yeah, this is
Yeah,
stream glory. The
yeah.
other damselfly, two are fighting. Those are stream rubies,
Okay.
and this is stream glory. They live in a same place,
Okay.
flowing hill stream, and
Mm-hmm.
you can see this bouquet behind the subject is also water,
Yeah. Oh,
and
this is beautiful.
yes,
And it's a
beautiful in the
beautiful
sense,
species.
yes, but you cannot get to see this color of the wings of this damselfly all the time.
Yes.
Actually, when they see it, they close their wing.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
and these damselflies
Mm-hmm.
are territorial.
Uh,
Whenever they see
uh-huh.
other males come into their territory,
Okay.
they just open their wing,
Mm-hmm.
and the underside of their wings are very colorful,
Mm-hmm. Yep.
and they flash their colors.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, this is a threat warning to the other male damselflies.
Okay. Okay.
So this is how they display threat.
Okay.
Don't come into my territory. I'm
Okay.
the king here.
We have a question from Shiva once
Mhm.
again. Where was the
Mhm.
fish eating spider pic taken?
This is near my home
Okay. So
in
I think
Coochbehar.
Shiva, what you can do is you can get in touch with Ripan and he will guide you. Yeah.
Most of my pictures, especially
Mm-hmm.
macro pictures, are
Mm-hmm.
taken around my home.
Great.
This is a plus point in living in a village.
Yeah. Yes, I agree. It's amazing.
Okay.
Wow. Ooh.
This
Wow.
picture also taken just in front of my house,
Okay.
and this is also a Arduino picture.
It is. I don't even know what is happening here, so I need your guidance.
So this insect is known as damselfly. Okay.
Yeah.
So how many damselflies are
Two, I
there?
guess.
Yes. One is above water and one is underwater.
Okay.
Okay. The
Yeah.
underwater one is female
Okay.
and this one is male.
Wow.
So after mating, female
Mm-hmm.
lays their eggs underwater on a
Mm-hmm.
vegetation.
Okay.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And after laying the eggs,
Mm-hmm.
it is the duty of the male to
Mm-hmm.
pull the female out of the water.
Okay.
If the male got injured or hurt or got killed, the
Mm-hmm.
female couldn't come out of the water.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh.
So they take some time for laying eggs,
Mm-hmm.
several minutes, few minutes,
Mm-hmm.
and they stay still in this situation. And the third insect
Yeah.
is a water strider.
Yeah.
So these water striders are very fast and they are very aggressive insect. So
Okay.
it came here
Mm-hmm.
probably
Mm.
thinking that these things could make a good meal for it.
Okay.
But the damsel flies were still, they didn't
Okay.
move an inch. And after some time, the water strider went away.
Lucky.
Lucky, yes. Probably they sense the vibration of other things.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
If the damselfly vibrated
Mm-hmm.
or moved, the
Yeah.
water strider may have killed it.
Killed it. Yeah.
Yes. As they were very still, the
Mm-hmm.
water strider couldn't make out that there is a dragonfly, there is a dragonfly here.
That's amazing. That's amazing. I'm glad that they don't have a mechanism in their body like snakes and other stuffs, whether it is living or non-living, to get that aura to understand whether it is a living thing or not. Otherwise,
Yes, yes.
yeah, these guys would have killed between mating. So, yeah, Shiva is asking one more question. Where is home for you?
My
I
home is Shiva. My home is in a village in the district of Coochbehar, which is in northern West Bengal. And you are welcome to come to my home.
So Shiva, I hope you got the answer, and that's I myself is going to book him for at least for a week whenever I'm visiting India.
So please come in next season. This monsoon
Sure.
is almost end here.
Yeah. So,
So
what is the season you suggest? I
monsoon,
mean, monsoon. Okay.
monsoon is the best season to find many insects.
Oh, great, great,
Okay, so
amazing,
starting
amazing.
from June to August is the best time to come
Okay, okay,
for macro photography.
sure,
Okay.
sure.
Next,
Yeah.
I got the award of WPUI Wildlife Photographer of the Year in 2019 for
Mm-hmm.
this picture in animal portrait category.
Okay.
This is an ant mimicking spider.
Wow.
Actually, this spider looks like a weaver ant, and
Okay.
even it move like a weaver ant.
Okay.
It is almost impossible to differentiate this spider
Mm-hmm.
with the weaver ants.
Okay.
If you see some weaver ants and the spider in the
Uh-huh.
same place, 99% chance that you couldn't recognize, you couldn't make out that this is a spider. They are
Okay.
so well camouflaged.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
so they look like weaver ants,
Uh-huh.
even they smell like weaver ants because they use the pheromone the ant use and they
Okay.
smear the pheromone on their body.
Uh-huh.
So ants actually recognize each other by the pheromones.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the other ants couldn't recognize
Okay.
that this is a spider.
Oh,
They
cool.
think this is another ant. And this is how this spider, this imposter,
Mm-hmm.
actually infiltrate the
Mm-hmm.
colony of weaver ants. And
Mm-hmm.
whenever it get a chance, it will pick up
Mm-hmm.
and egg or
Mm-hmm.
grubs
Mm-hmm.
from the colony
Mm-hmm.
or kill another ant
Oh, great.
and eat up the ant.
How small is this beautiful fellow?
3 to 4 millimeters. They are very small.
And you again used the reverse lens?
1855 reverse,
Oh
yes.
my God. I envy you, honestly.
In
Amazing.
2019, I got Wildlife Photographer of the Year category winner from
Yeah.
with this picture, and
Amazing.
in 2020,
With this
again
one.
I got category winner in
Mm-hmm.
Wildlife Portfolio category with this one. Actually, there is a series,
Mm-hmm.
six picture about the life of weaver ants got
Mm-hmm.
selected and got awarded
Mm-hmm.
on this occasion,
Mm-hmm.
and this one is among them.
Great.
So
Great.
there are two insects in this picture.
Mm-hmm.
One is
Yes.
smaller, which is weaver
Yeah.
ant,
Mm-hmm.
the red one, and one is
Mm-hmm.
larger, which is known as tiger beetles.
Okay.
Okay. So
Yep.
in this picture, we are seeing the half of a body of the ant.
Mm.
The other half is
Yes.
missing.
Yes.
Actually,
Yeah.
the tiger beetles loves to eat weaver ants. Okay.
Okay.
The red
Okay.
weaver ant colony, and whenever they get a chance, they eat the
Mm-hmm.
weaver ants.
Okay.
They are bigger
Okay.
and much powerful than weaver ants.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, weaver ants are defenseless against
Mm.
this tiger beetle.
Yes. Can see
They
that.
are weak, they are
Yeah.
small,
Yeah.
they are practically defenseless.
Yeah.
But sometimes the
Mm-hmm.
weak also fight back,
Yeah.
like this situation. One weaver ant had bit down on a
Mm-hmm.
leg of the tiger beetle,
Mm. Interesting.
but the tiger beetle
Mm-hmm.
it just got the body of the ant
Mm-hmm.
and cut it into two pieces.
Wow.
But the bite force of the ant is very powerful,
Strong. Yeah.
especially the last bite.
Mm.
The tiger beetle was trying many times to get
Mm-hmm.
rid of the head of this ant,
Mm-hmm.
the biting force, the bite was so powerful it couldn't
Yeah.
get away.
Hmm. I can imagine I mean, at home, we kind of get it so frequently, especially if you're going through the garden and to get them out of the body, you don't want to kill the ant, but at the same time, you need to pull it out, and it's often a struggle.
Hmm. Yes, their fighting force is their jaws are very powerful,
Yeah.
and they are ready to give up their life for their colonies.
Yeah.
This is something we can learn from
Yeah.
these smaller creatures.
Yeah.
Okay, my presentation is finished. If
Oh.
there are any question, I can take it now.
Oh my God. I mean, see, there are we have a group of what is it called, WhatsApp. So we have a bunch of questions. Some of them I have already asked, and of course, most of the people are talking about you being too what do you call, too polite, and once again, when you in the beginning you mentioned you think you are lucky or the luckiest, I really think that was an understatement, and in fact hardworking is not even the word. This is unbelievable kind of work you have put it over here.
Actually, working with this with these creatures, working in the wild is not hard for me
I mean, yeah, of
because
course,
I love that way.
you love it, so you don't feel it
Being
as working.
being inside of a house is hard for me. Is the
I,
hard work.
that of course, for any nature lover, any photographer, specifically in nature, I totally understand what you are saying. But then the kind of amount of time you have invested in understanding the species, their life, the technology you have used, the result you have came up with, it's not, as you mentioned, it's not just a portrait. What you are showing is the real life, which I mean, a common person cannot even think of. I mean, you forget about the common person, even the people with a bit of experience in nature cannot even think of the kind of stories which you have shared today in last 1 to 1.5 hours time. So hats off, Ripan, to begin with. So, the first question: how do you think an upcoming photographer in nature can get into it? I mean, what's your advice to an upcoming photographer to get a grip on photography? Or
First,
Mhm.
first nowadays Instagram, Facebook, these social medias are very tempting.
Mhm. Mhm.
Okay,
Mhm.
so getting 100 and 1,000 likes are very
Followers.
attracting things.
Yeah.
Yes, getting follower is very attracting things.
Yes.
But for the photographers who
Yeah.
seriously want to learn this photography skills,
Yeah.
photography things, you shouldn't follow this like
Yeah.
things.
Yeah.
Rather, you try to learn the photography as a skill.
Yeah.
You should try to learn how to use your gears.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. In
Mm-hmm.
modern times, cameras
Mm-hmm.
they are so advanced. They are very
Yes.
advanced.
Yeah.
Even I'm using, say, my favorite camera is Nikon D500. I'm using that camera for more than 5 years. Okay,
Wonderful.
for 4 and 5 years.
Yeah.
But still, I couldn't use 20. I couldn't use more than 20% feature of that camera is offering.
Yeah.
So nowadays our gears are very advanced. Try to know how to use the gears.
Yeah.
This is the first thing. Second, go outside. Spend more and more time with your subject.
Yes.
Okay. Spending time on the computer screen or mobile screen couldn't make you a good photographer.
I agree. That's amazing. So a beginner's kit when it comes. Okay, I have a personal question before I jump into others. I'm being a bit selfish. I would like to know a little more about your grasshopper images and the action shots of grasshoppers and some of the wasps which you have shared in your Instagram. How do
Mainly
you?
grasshopper means you're telling about probably you are saying about the wasp, one
Yes,
wasp picture which was coming down from the
yes,
sky.
yes.
Actually, I took that picture with a wide angle lens,
Uh-huh.
wide angle macro lens. Actually, and wide angle lens, actually a macro lens, and also a wide angle lens, which is
Okay.
15 millimeter wide angle lens, 1:1 macro.
Mm-hmm.
So I put the lens, that is a manual lens. I
Mm-hmm.
set the focus in certain distance where
Okay.
I thought that was will come, because there is uh, some insect known as leaf hopper.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
there
Yeah.
there were some nymphs, means larva of the leaf hopper on a
Mm-hmm.
grass,
Mm-hmm.
on a bunch of grass, and
Mm-hmm.
one or two wasps, they
Mm-hmm.
were repeatedly coming to collect to hunt those wasps.
Okay.
I
Okay.
waited there with my camera and I waited them to come. I waited for the wasp to come.
Okay.
And trial and error method. I tried several days standing in knee deep mud to
Yeah.
take the shot, the flying shot of the wasp, and probably 3 or 4 shots I got where the
Okay.
wasp in focus.
See, I've seen shots of Wasp in action, but that angle was unbelievable. I was thinking, how on earth you managed to lie down below a Wasp and get a picture of it? It is, I mean, I couldn't even think how you see, there are two parts when it comes to photography. One, of course, you foreseeing it, you kind of pre-visualizing it, and then you preparing for it, and then you doing it. So personally, me as a photographer or an artist, you kind of pre-visualization takes a lot of part when it comes to nature. Understanding the behavior takes a lot of part. But in your images, what I see is certain things I'm not even able to imagine. I can think about seeing a bird or a mammal or anything, a rainbow in the rain, behavior, mating, kids, anything. But this one, I mean, maybe I'm absolutely not that. I haven't spent much time with macro, as I mentioned. My patience when it comes to macro, it kind of dies as easy as it is. But this kind of open a new world for me. Honestly, I'm in Canada right now. I kind of feel I'm stuck over here. You need a like in the place where I am right now. You definitely need a vehicle to move around. But I have a beautiful garden over here, and when it comes to macro, you have thousand species. I think outside. I think I should,
Even
use it.
inside of your home, you certainly can find some species of spider inside of your home.
It's
Okay.
like a forest right behind me, and most of the houses got gardens right behind your places over here. And I think I spent only 1 or 2 days in the garden looking for things, because most of the time, we humans have the nature of cribbing about things which you don't have. So I was kind of cribbing all this while, that me getting stuck over here, not doing photography, not going out, not seeing bears, not seeing the mountain lions, and ignoring the things which I can easily do in the backyard. So thank you for opening my eyes to a different terrain from my behalf. Now to the questions. So one
So
second.
you will become a regular visitor to your garden after this session.
I think, yeah, there is a lot to do
So
when.
this is the magic with macro photography. You don't need to go to some exotic places, to national parks all the time to get a good shot, to get with the nature, to get with your subject. You
Yeah,
can find your subject right in front of your house, in your lawn, in your garden.
yeah,
This is the power. This is the power of macro photography,
that's
and you
definitely.
can get some stories which you didn't see before.
My God, Ripan, the stories what you are talking about is with your freaking 14 to 12 years experience, okay? That is a long way. At least I'm trying to see. You definitely open my eyes to a different segment altogether. I do have some photographer friends who are into macro. Some of them have some images of this leaf cutting wasp getting it and putting a leaf into something, and all these kind of things. And we have some photographers from Costa Rican area where they are into these frogs and the snakes, and but it's often more into the portraits, more into the details. But yours, the way it differ for me at least, is the story behind it, the behavior behind it is literally, it's blew my head. Amazing is not the word. Once again,
Thank you for
yeah,
sharing.
we have Manaska, excellent session, Ripan. Shiva said the same thing. Great portfolio. And we have an upcoming photographer. He is asking, do you have a set of gears which you can suggest to begin with? It's something which usually we kind of get this question. What do you think when it comes to gears to begin with macro photography?
So this is a very interesting question for me. Most of the photographer think that you need a dedicated macro lens to start or to do serious macro photography. But you absolutely do not need a dedicated macro lens. You can start with any kind of lens you have. Okay, if you have 1825, which is a kit lens, which comes easily with a, even with a entry
Starting.
level
Yeah.
body, starting body, 1855 is one of my favorite lens to do macro photography. You can do macro photography, you can do serious macro photography with 1855 lenses. You can do macro photography with 55 to 50 lenses or 7300 lenses, which also a kit lens, which comes as a combo with even with a entry level DSLR. And you can you can start, or you can do macro photography with a standard 50 lens also. But you need different attachment to do that. For 1855 millimeter lenses, 1855 kit lens, or 20 millimeter lenses, you need a reversal ring to turn your lens into a macro lens. Actually, reversal ring is a ring that helps to mount your lens reversely to the camera. Front element to the camera side,
Mm-hmm.
rear element to the outside.
Mm-hmm.
Reversely, it helps to mount your lens reversely. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
If you mount your lens reversely, your wide angle lens will become a super macro lens, sub macro lens. Okay.
Great.
So extension tube using using reversal ring is one option. Using extension tube is another option. You can use one or a
Two.
set of extension use with your 50 millimeter lens, with your 70-300 lens. Okay, actually, extension tube is a hollow tube which you can attach that hollow tube in between your camera and your lens. So extension tube actually reduces the minimum focusing distance of your lens. This is how it gives you
Helps.
more magnification. The third one is, and the most convenient one is some. There are some close-up filter which is available in the market. Like the most popular one is Renox DCR 250. 250. This is the most handy option to start with to start macro photography. Okay.
Yeah.
This is a magnifying glass type of things. You can attach that things in front, the front element of your lens.
Great.
So
Great.
these are the starting kit.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Thank you.
And
So,
another thing, flash is a must for macro photography. And diffusing your flash is important because when a flash fires, the intensity of the light is very high, and as there is very small distance between your flash and the subject, the amount of light is very high, and the light is harsh and the shadows are darker. So you
yes.
need to make the light softer. So a soft box or a diffuser certainly helps to get a better light. Better light.
Okay. So the next one, okay. So how, I mean, uh, how much? I'm just trying to get it into a question in this case. Patients do play a major role in macro photography. And as a beginner, how do you suggest to get to that pace of mind, or that character into your character? Getting, as a beginner photographer, we just want to grab, 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 and trying to see what works. But most of the macro photographers often say that you being parallel to the subject help you to get head to toe in focus. Do you think focusing play a major role when it comes to getting a sharp image? Play a major role when it comes to getting the right character or the event of the subject? Or do you think as a beginner you can think about different techniques, or it's about the story, not the technical aspects?
Yes, definitely, definitely. The most sought after thing in macro photography is depth of field.
Yes.
So many beginners ask me, how can I increase my depth of field? Okay, so for macro photography, there are several ways you can increase your depth of field, like narrowing your aperture, like using smaller focal length lens, like say you have a 50 millimeter macro lens and a 100 millimeter macro lens, you will get more depth of field with 50 millimeter macro lens. So depth of field is important. Depth of field important is important, but in macro photography, depth of field is something you will not be satisfied with that. How much depth of field you are getting, you always want more, right? So try to focus on the stories.
Yeah.
Okay, if you are taking say a simple portrait, try to focus on the eyes, because eyes are the most important for a portrait,
Yes.
and forget the rest. If they are in the focus, it's okay. If they are not in the focus, that is better, even better. Okay.
Okay.
So pick up one place which is the most important place for you, for the viewers, and focus on that. Forget. other thing.
The rest of it. Okay. When you started your journey, did you pick up one species by accident, or is it like, you decided to follow a particular species for quite some time? So, what was your inspiration to focus on a particular species, or was it the availability, or was it any particular character in that particular species which inspired you?
For first few years, I have taken all the images, all the images, whichever subject I got that time.
Mm-hmm.
I took all the images,
Mm-hmm.
and I was the most impatient guy that time. Okay, I couldn't manage to see what are they doing, what will be the next step.
Mm-hmm.
I that time I didn't have that patience to watch and see.
Mm-hmm.
So that time and I was saying that my 90% photographs of my
Mm-hmm.
whole career I have
Mm-hmm.
taken on those 3 or 4 years. The amount of photographs, thousands
Okay.
and thousands every day. I used to take thousand photographs, and after coming back, I deleted the most.
How
So
difficult it is to delete pictures, because I find it the most difficult part in deleting.
even nowadays, I delete 90% of the picture coming back from a trip, and I delete in the camera.
That's quite risky because you
Only
need to.
10%, only 10%. I transfer 10% photos from the camera to my computer. And from that 10%, only 1 or 2% I actually process. I'm a very lazy guy. And
See, you call yourself lucky, not hardworking, lazy, but honestly, I think you are a liar. Sorry, my intention was not to insult you, but the kind of work
yes,
you are
yes,
doing
good,
is
good.
amazing, my dear. Amazing is not the word. So, thank you for that input. Now the next one is on the information. So if you can, you please provide a few websites or books when it comes to macro, and specifically talking about behavior, if people can follow or look for, or if you can give some, Google is the father when it comes, or mother when it comes to information, but if you can give a little more insight for people who really want to know something in depth about more photography or species when it comes to macro.
Google, number one.
Yes.
Number two is YouTube. And
Okay.
there are some groups in Facebook. Okay,
Okay.
there are some
Okay.
scientific group. One
Okay.
group, the name of the group is entomology.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
so in this group, many
Mm-hmm.
scientists, many who actually work with different types of insects, they
Mm-hmm.
interact between each other.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and if you are new in macro photography, or if you are interested in insects, you
Mm-hmm.
just take a picture, put
Mm-hmm.
the picture to that Facebook groups, and
Mm-hmm.
there are many experts who are
Mm-hmm.
eager to
Mm-hmm.
answer your queries.
Oh, that's great. That's great.
So
Yeah.
these things actually help me to gain so much information
Mm-hmm.
about my subjects.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You have a master's degree in environmental science, and you still think you are not a scientist and not a science person, then imagine a person with an art graduation, what kind of information or basic knowledge people like me.
Actually, Actually, there are some spiders.
Mhm.
Probably, I was the first one to photograph some spiders. One
Wow.
is called probably from the species name is Neobratus. Probably the spider was actually I am the first photographer in the whole world who took a picture of that picture.
Do you have the
But
picture
that
by any chance?
I don't hear in my laptop.
Okay.
Actually, I took the photo in 2014, and I didn't
Okay.
know it was a new species. In 2015 or 16, the spider was described by two Indian scientists.
So when did you got to know that you were the first photographer in the whole world to capture something like that, and how did it feel?
It's very special to see and photograph something which is first for the science is always special.
Yeah.
And
Did they name it
one thing,
after you?
no.
Okay.
And then and one other thing,
Yeah,
photography can be a good tool for scientific invention or
of
scientific
course.
discoveries. Uh, in 2020,
Mm-hmm.
when I owned the wildlife portfolio category in
Mm-hmm.
WPY,
Mm-hmm.
there was one picture in
Mm-hmm.
that portfolio. The
Mm-hmm.
picture was of an weaver ant
Mm-hmm.
which was actually carrying one small stone to their nest. Actually, weaver ant make a nest in the canopy, a football-sized nest
Mm-hmm.
with leaves,
Mm-hmm.
and they collect many things to their nest, like food items which they can eat, feathers, even even stones, small pebbles. They collect and store these pebbles to their nest. And till date, scientists are not sure why they carry stones to their nest. So this type of thing, actually, your picture can help science to come up new ideas, new information about any species.
Yeah,
So
I think that is the science part of it. I think personally, I think, when you see things like this, that naturally kind of help people, common people like me, your interest kind of in the subject matters. What, like you mentioned in the beginning, if the bees are not in this world, the human is going to, vanish from this world in 5 years' time. So that's huge. On that note, I met a person recently in Prince George, and he was talking about grasshoppers specifically. Have you heard of this? I mean, it has nothing to do with photography, and what I'm going to talk about is completely gross. So sorry for that. But do you know nowadays there are, especially in the West, I guess, people are kind of getting more depending for protein in grasshopper, and the grasshoppers are kind of becoming a part of the food for humans, and in some of the conflicts and stuff like that, they mentioned this it as protein, and it is kind of becoming a part of it. I have a colleague once who told me from Philippines that she had roasted honeybees as a snack, and it is amazing. I didn't throw up, honestly, but it is something which I cannot believe. And my friend over here showed me a bunch of videos where they are farming millions of grasshoppers for protein. What do you think about it? What's you being a scientist, or at least basic understanding about science, environment, and the food chain, and the photographer, and working with different aspect of photography as well as science and the interaction in nature? What do you think about it?
grasshopper has 15 to 16% more protein than chicken. Okay, if the weight is same.
60%. Whoosh.
Sorry. Yes, not 16%. It 15 to 16 times more protein than chicken. Okay, so this could be insects could be our next source of protein. I haven't tried insects, so I
Okay,
don't
don't
know.
you?
I don't know it will be tasty or not. But there is a possibility. because the consumption of meat
Yes.
is a major contributor in global warming,
Yes.
in
Yes.
carbon emission.
Yes.
So in this way, if we
Mm-hmm.
can take insect as a replacement of animal protein, that could decrease the amount of carbon dioxide in the air, that could decrease the global warming. Who knows what
No.
will be in the future? Who
Yeah, I
knows?
mean, it definitely, the documentaries which I have seen, I couldn't digest it at all, but the way it was portrayed with the science and stuff behind it, I don't think I can ever knowingly consume it. I'm a vegetarian. And on top of that, knowing and thinking and eating an insect is, no, it's not my cup of tea, but it was interesting. And you being into science and macro, I thought of asking you even before the session. Okay, so
Another aspect, Nisha,
yeah.
another aspect. You told me that if the honeybees are gone from the earth, we
Mm-hmm.
as a species would be extinct in 4 and 5 years.
Yes.
This is an information,
Mm-hmm.
and us humans, we
Yes.
pay we don't take information seriously
Yeah.
in our life.
Yes.
These are
Yeah.
data information. These are
Yeah.
for scientific cause. These are
Yes.
not for us
Yeah.
common people.
Yeah.
Common people don't take data or information very seriously.
Yes.
But very small amount of common people
Mm-hmm.
would take interest
Mm-hmm.
to conserve bees after
Yes.
knowing this information.
Mm-hmm.
But a common people
Mm-hmm.
can move
Mm-hmm.
if they see a good picture of a
Mm-hmm. Yes.
honeybee in front
Yes.
of a flower or over a flower hovering.
Yes.
So this picture,
Mm-hmm.
actually, our role as a photographer, our role is to make a connection, to make a emotional connection
Mm-hmm.
between the common people and the nature.
Yes. Yes.
So this is our duty. This is
Mm-hmm.
our main work as a wildlife photographer,
Mm-hmm.
or as a conservationist,
Mm-hmm.
to uh,
Build a bridge.
to build this bridge
Yeah.
between the common people to
Yes.
the environment.
Yes.
If we love something,
Mm-hmm.
so we will be hesitant before harming it.
Yes. Yes. Information is the key. Yeah, and we being a visual animal, I think photos can play a major role rather
Yes,
than
major role.
talking. You give me
Rather than
a,
talking and giving us giving the information,
yeah.
the connection between us and nature,
Yes.
uh, the photo takes a major role to build this connection.
Yes, yes, I totally agree. And Shiva, just adding another note over here, many tribals in India are used to have insects as snacks. On that note, of course, I do remember reading in a regional paper called Manorama an article on a chutney made of ants. And I was
Weaver
like,
ants.
I don't.
Chutney made of weaver ants.
I think so.
Colored
I think
ants.
so. Oh my God. I was like, what on earth? Now they're after, it was goats, sheep, and cows, pigs, and no matter whatever it is, now they're after insects. Uh, it was kind of crazy for me to digest the whole stuff, but yes. And this grasshopper stuff was quite recent, maybe 2 months or 1 month ago. I was sitting with this friend, and I mean, this particular friend of mine is a hardcore carnivore, kind of eat everything, and he was talking about this particular one, and I'm like, crazy. How can people eat grasshopper, then the farms and how it is, produced and packed and powdered, and people consuming it knowingly and unknowingly, was a little beyond my imagination. But yeah, it's the world how it is going, and we let's see how we are going to survive for next coming years. And people still think, it's very sad that people still think global warming is fake. It's
Right,
just a
right, right.
circle, and people think it's okay to continue with the life how it is right now. And we are seeing it, I mean, considering the kind of climate changes and the disasters, whether it is the form of drought or floods, what we are seeing across the world, the forest fires, anything in this world, if you are checking just 50 years ago how it was and now how it is, it's so visible and people are still not able to believe it is unbelievable. So
And
I think,
we still think these things are manageable,
yeah,
but
I don't think.
it will be a matter of months when this manageable thing will go
Out of
in
hand.
out of that, right?
Yeah, it's. I mean, every year when you see the monsoon and the rain, the kind of after effect it's creating, whether it is Kerala or it is on the northern side of India, or it is over here in Canada, the way things are changing when it comes to the snow as well as in the rain patterns, fire, everything is changing, and it's. I don't
Everything
know
is changing, right?
what people think it's still difficult to digest the fact of. This, yeah, I mean, I think we are kind of running away from subject, but thank
But
you
these
so
are
much.
also important.
Yeah, it is. I mean, that I think the reason why people generally, including us, we are not trying to protect our nature because we don't try to understand the connection between uh, uh, an ant to a,
Nisha, it is not about protecting nature. It is not about saving the earth. It is not about saving the environment. It is about saving
us.
ourselves.
Yeah.
Okay, we don't have the power to harm this planet because the planet was there long before we are here. Okay, many times there are probably 5 times mass extinction happened.
Yes.
95% of the species were wiped out from the face of the earth. From that point, the earth has regenerated.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so if something happens with the earth, if
Yeah.
we do something terrible to our
Mm.
planet,
Yeah.
the planet will regenerate. Maybe it will take 1,000 year, million year.
Yeah.
There will be forest everywhere. There will
Yeah.
be streams with cleanest water. The planet will regenerate. The earth will be healthy again. But the question is,
Whether
are
you.
we can survive that as a species? Humans will be a part of that planet. This is the problem. It is not saving the world. It is not about saving the environment, saving the planet. It is about saving ourselves.
I kind of always feel I'm sure thousands of people have shared the same, thoughts. I think humans are the only species in this planet whose actions are capable of destroying the balance.
Yes, yes. So
Yeah.
my in this regard, I think my point is humans are not smart. I think a cockroach is more
Basically.
smarter. It's actually smarter than us
Yeah.
because the cockroach learned to cope with the nature
Yeah.
for survival,
Yeah.
and we didn't learn that.
Yeah. Amazing. Amazing. I mean, see, I really hope we will come across more people like you. We'll learn a lot from people. I mean, it was an amazing session,
Yes,
Ripan. It
yes.
was really an eye opener as a photographer, and I'm really, really happy that you managed to give us some time to share your knowledge. And definitely, whenever you have another story to share with us, my details, contact details, as well as Hermes contact details. We will definitely bugging you in between for more stories, and looking forward to see you more often. At least once in 3 months, 4 months over here. Would love to chat more.
Yes, 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 yes. This is the way to build up new friends
Yes,
and new.
yes, yeah. So we asked for 30 minutes. You give us more than 2 hours. So I don't want to make you sit again.
And I
Amazing,
enjoyed.
amazing session.
I
Thank
enjoyed
you
the
so much.
2 hours. And thank you guys for inviting me in this show.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Ribbon. So that was it for this time. So thank you guys for being here. And Sujit just mentioned great session. Shiva, Manaska, and a bunch of other people. Everybody's thanks and some amazing image messages on our WhatsApp group as well. So the questions were mainly from the WhatsApp group from our followers of Paws. So thank you on behalf of them. Thank you on behalf of myself as well as Hermi. Hermi is busy with Onam celebration in Kerala. So on behalf of him, on behalf of Posters, and on behalf of our followers over here, thank you, dear. It was an amazing session.
It
Okay.
was a pleasure for me to being here. Okay.
Thank you.
Good
Yeah.
night, everyone.
Good night and good day.
Yes.
So that was Ripan and an amazing session with him. So let's see who is going to come next. I think Hermes is talking to a couple of other people, and we will share you more details soon. We have a confirmation from the interesting photographer. So in that case, if you have any suggestion from your side to invite some people over here, do message us. We can get in touch with them. No promises until unless they agree. Till then, till our next session, do wait for us, and I do encourage these sessions. Do listen to it completely. People like Ribbon, it's really amazing session. Every word he said was inspiring as well as or informative. So do check it fully. And let's catch up on next Saturday with another wonderful person with another bunch of stories. Till then, you all take care, stay good.